Hello guys, my name is Edward from Linear Sounds, and today I'm going to show you our latest plugin, BlurredDelay, and show you what it's capable of. BlurredDelay is a bidirectional delay plugin, based off the engine of our first plugin, Blurred. BlurredDelay lets you create really ambient and interesting delays. So let's see what we mean by bidirectional. We have this simple sound right here, it sounds like this. And with BlurredDelay on just the default setting, we have this sound right here. As you can hear, BlurredDelay creates this really interesting swell effect into each delay throw. You can control this down here at the length section. You can control the reverse, which is basically the swell into each delay throw. And you can also control the decay, which is basically the decay after each delay throw. Ultimately, you can control how much of the blurred engine you want, using the blurred mix knob. If you have the blurred mix knob set to 0%, BlurredDelay basically acts like a normal delay plugin. If you've seen our plugin Blurred, you will feel quite familiar with BlurredDelay. It basically shares the same layout and the same design, and also some features. Just like in Blurred, we have 5 different algorithms that will change the sound and the feel of the reverb. So now we have this guitar sample and it sounds like this. Really cool, but I think it will be a lot cooler with some delay on it. So I'll open up BlurredDelay, and I think an 8-note delay will be really cool. So I'm going to change the delay time to an 8-note, and let's hear it with just the default setting here. Really cool. Let's see how we can tweak this to make it even cooler. So we have 3 different delay modes in BlurredDelay, and they all change how the stereo spread works. So we have single with this offset knob right here, and we have ping pong with the spread, and we have dual with also the spread. So there's 3 different flavors you can add, so let's try with some ping pong. Really cool. It makes it really wide and really interesting and bouncy. We can also try to reduce the spread. This is basically how wide the ping pong should be. So at 100% it will be hard pan left and right. But at 50%, for example, it will only be 50% pan to the left and 50% pan to the right. So you can adjust how much of the ping pong effect you want. So let's see how it sounds with only 50% on the spread knob. That's really cool. And now let's move on to the next instrument. Okay, so I have this sample right here and it sounds like this. Really cool. And I'm going to try to add some BlurredDelay to make it even more rhythmical and interesting. So let's try and start with the preset this time. We've put a lot of effort into making these presets and making sure they're a good starting point for almost any sound. So let's try with this snare delay right here and see how it sounds. Really cool. It creates a whole new bounce for this percussion loop, and I think it has really transformed it in a very great way. Let's quickly look at the color modes right here. We have 3 different color modes: modern, vintage and antique. These all represent a specific moment in music history. So modern, we have a really modern and bright pop sound. Vintage is more of like a 60s kind of effect. And antique sounding even older than that and will emulate kind of the 20s sound. So let's hear it in action and see how it sounds. Let's start with modern, and let's start on 0, and I'll increase the color knob whilst playing the loop. Cool, let's try vintage right here. Nice. And lastly, let's try antique. This is nice. Let's now see how BlurredDelay would sound on a lead vocal. I have this project open that I've been working on a lot, and I'm going to try BlurredDelay on the lead. Let's see how it sounds without BlurredDelay.
I think you're running, so if you're done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side.
Nice. Let's add BlurredDelay on a send right here. And to make sure that BlurredDelay will stay at 100% on the mix, I'll lock it using the mix lock function. So just click the text here and it will be stuck on 100%. And now let's try to send some vocal to this send and just see how it sounds on the default setting. Let's see what we have. I'll also solo the lead vocal here so we can hear what we're doing.
I think you're running, so if you're done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side.
Okay, let's change the feedback a bit. I think it's a bit too much. And let's also change it to a ping pong delay to get a more stereo effect. And I'll reduce the spread to somewhere around 65%, I think. Will be nice. Let's also play around with the sparkle. Sparkle is a feature that basically adds a layer on top of the reverb with an octave up. So sparkle will make it a lot brighter and more interesting with that octave on top. So let's see how it sounds if we incorporate some sparkle as well.
I think you're running, so if you're done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side. And if you're gonna leave me.
Really nice. I also want to show this ducker feature right here, which is awesome for effects like this, where you have a lead vocal that you want to be present in your mix, but you still want the delay to be very audible and clear. We can use this ducker function as a sidechain compressor that is built in. So let's hear that. Let's also add a little bit more send to hear the effect clearly. And let's try it.
I think you're running, so if you're done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side.
So as you can hear, after the vocal has rung out, the delay basically becomes present in the mix. Let's hear how this sounds with the instrumental as well.
I think you're running, so if you're done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side. And if you're gonna leave me, I let the road, throw our love to the kill side.
Really nice, but I think for this I actually want to use the antique color. And let's crank that up a bit, and let's also change it to a single and add some offset. The offset feature is really interesting. It basically offsets the signal in the right ear, creating a wider delay. So let's try raise it up to maybe 20 milliseconds. And I've also raised the color here, so let's see how this sounds in the context.
Done with me, I let it go, throw our love to the kill side. And if you're gonna leave me, I let the road, throw our love to the kill side, to the kill side.
Really cool. That's BlurredDelay on vocals. I hope you like this walkthrough of BlurredDelay. This is just covering the surface of what the plugin actually can do. There are really interesting combinations of sounds and tones you can get out of this plugin. If you liked it, I hope you will check it out on our website linearsounds.com. Now, have fun blurring!